to The Executive's View, the sports podcast where the stakes are high and the debates are fierce. Please welcome your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, alongside co-host Barry DeVille and Jordan. Each week, we bring you into the boardroom where the elite minds of sports converge. From the gridiron strategies to the business behind the ball, we tackle the hard-hitting questions and give you an insider's perspective. So pull up a chair and join us at the table where champions are made and legends are born. This is The Executive's View. Let's get down to business.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Executive's View. We are the view from on top. You could be anywhere in the world on a Tuesday night, but you're here with the executives, and I do appreciate that. You know how I always get started, man. Before we get these guys in here, man, if you like the show, share the show. Definitely follow us all over your social media platforms. We on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and we're on Spotify. So definitely give us a follow if you like the content that we bring to you guys here. You want to take us with you, man. With that being said, I got my co-host in the building, Barry DeVille and Jordan. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Villain, I'm in the house. I'm in a good mood now. Yankees just took the lead over those Phillies in Philadelphia. Shout out to my boy Tyler in Philadelphia, PHI Apparel. What's up with them Phillies now, baby? Feel me with no hands, baby. Nah, what's up, guys? What's up?
I'm not trying to have the Philadelphia Mafia come through, and I don't want it. I don't want that problem.
Check this out. I had a video chat with him today. That's my boy, right? We cooking on some stuff for football season, Giants and Eagles. You know how we do, right? Right. He gets on the call, and he has his Eagles helmet, the classic Randall Cunningham, the silver and green, Kelly Green helmet, right? I'm like, get that out of here, man. But I can't front on it. That's the Randall Cunningham joint. You know what I mean? Like, I can't front, but I'm like, get that out of here. Get that.
It's funny. I had to do a team draft. Fantasy football is right around the corner.
Yes.
So I joined this team draft where you thought a full roster with just one team. I had the third pick in the draft. I could have went anywhere. I went with Philly. I really did go with Philly, man.
So disrespectful. Can't even go with your team, right?
Here's the thing. We don't have a second wide receiver, and my rookie just got carted off. But we'll talk about football in a minute. Larry in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Yo, what up, fellas? Man, I don't know about y'all, but I'm over here repping my Astros today, repping some DJ Screw. Hey, me and Steve know what it do. What it do, baby.
Hey, what it do, baby.
Hey, what it do.
So
we good, man. Hey, we gonna screw and chop it today.
Yes, sir. Speaking of the NCAA winning coach, Lazar in the building. What's going on, Coach? How we doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. Sorry, if I'm a little emotional, but it's just it's the early mornings, it's the late nights.
Yes, sir.
Just hitting the recruiting trail. It's just like it all comes together. All due respect to Texas State University, they got a good program down there in Lubbock, but we wanted it more.
Yes, sir.
So we just we executed our game plan to perfection. We brought home the championship, and it's like West Lafayette. The vibes are immaculate right now.
Yes,
everybody's just loving the Boilermakers. It's just and we just we're not gonna get lazy with it, man. It's just like you win one championship, you want to keep winning. So
they're addicting, right?
Other than that, I'm all right, guys. Let's get it.
That's good, man. Hey, by the way, did you have Drew Brees come in and get like the pregame speech before the national championship, or did you just do that on your own because you just got it like that?
No, I actually had Glenn Robinson come in. I had Big Dog himself come in there.
Okay.
Yeah, like Drew Brees. We don't really rock with Drew Brees like that. So I had
You didn't. Zach, you need to come back. Yeah.
Yeah, I had Purdue great Glenn, Big Dog Robinson, one time for Big Dog coming through and rallying the troops. We took home the title. So good.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, gentlemen, I'm not going to waste anybody's time. And again, I'm going to apologize publicly if I have to pop on and off throughout the duration of this podcast. I'm daddy mode today. So I got my daughter and my son. So if they need me at any moment, I got to take care of the little youngest. But for now, everybody's copacetic. So we're going to dive right into baseball. The trade deadline has come and it is gone. Some teams have made some moves like we all suspected that they would. I wanted to start with you, Villain. If you want to start Yankees, we could do that. If you want to throw it around the diamond and talk about some other moves that were made, the Dodgers were very, very busy. The Orioles were, pretty busy. The Astros went and got themselves a Toronto Blue Jay, but not the one that I suspected that they would get. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. I paid my tithes. Thank God. But with that being said, talk to me, my man. How you feel about how this baseball trade deadline shook out?
I think, looking at it from a team perspective, I think the Red Sox made a solid move getting Luis Garcia, but I really like what the Dodgers did getting Flaherty. I think that was probably the big get. I think we were surprised that the kid from Chicago, what's his name? Not the pitcher. Oh man, he didn't get traded, right? So everybody thought he was going to get traded, but like I said, I think the Tigers, they sold off a couple pieces, mainly Flaherty going to the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers needed that pitching. I like what they did. They didn't give up a whole lot. They gave up, the kid, I think it's Lariziano. He has some pop down there, but I don't know if he was going to get any playing time coming up through LA. So it was good to flip him and get a good pitcher out of it. Surprised that the Pirates made a couple moves.
Yeah, that shocked me.
Yeah, I was, but everybody's in it, right? Even, the Rangers, they're 3 games under 500, got swept over the weekend, but they're only 3 games out, right? I think, the West, I know you guys don't want to hear that, but they're within range, right? So they made a move here and they're going for it. But obviously the Padres getting Tanner Scott, I think that was probably one of the bigger, if not the biggest splash, right? The Marlins in full sale mode. I like that they got a really good, strong left-hander. The Pirates made a couple moves, the Marlins made a couple moves over the weekend, so it was no surprise that the fire sale was on. I like the Mets getting Blackburn from the Athletics and didn't have to give up their top prospects to do it, so I like that for the Mets. And then obviously the Yankees, the Royals, right? I think the Royals made some moves that they were surprising. They get the shortstop Paul DeJong, whatever, but he's not gonna play over Bobby Witt Jr. He's just gonna be a depth piece, come in DH, what have you. So, but I like that they made a couple moves. They got a couple arms, one from the Athletics. So I like that trade, but the Yankees didn't get a big frontline starting pitcher, and I thought, especially with the news with Garrett Cole being a little fatigued, not pitching today, I thought they would have tried to go after Flaherty, but they were noticeably out of the sweepstakes for the White Sox pitcher. That the White Sox said you don't have enough, or basically you're not putting in enough to get him, and I'm not surprised. The White Sox will probably flip him for more prospects in the offseason than they would at the trade deadline. But I like the Yankees making a move, getting the reliever from Chicago, Mark Leiter Jr., high strikeout rate. I think he's got it's like a over 4 ERA, but it like 39 appearances, he has over 50 something strikeouts. So,
right.
I think that's desperately what they need, an arm out of the bullpen that can strike people out. And obviously getting Jazz Chisholm, he hit a 3-run homer tonight. He's been, after his first game in Boston, he's come through and played pretty well. So I like what they're doing. I think it's a lot of teams shoring up their team, and then a lot of them, their front offices having faith in their guys saying, we're going for it. We're going for the playoffs.
I'm going to throw this around, but here's my take. You know what? I'm gonna say my take. Larry, talk to me real quick, man. How you feel, man? Baseball trade deadline has come and gone. Your Astros.
Nah, bro, go ahead and cook, bro. Because you
No,
know, you got these two Astros fans over here. We gonna come in and close the game out, man. Go ahead.
I'm here today.
No, the Astros got a problem with closing.
Bingo. So here's the deal. Trust me, I'm gonna go. Y'all know me, I'm gonna go. But I'm gonna break you two up. So I'm not gonna let you guys go back to back. But Larry, talk to me, my man. Your Astros were busy. This trade deadline, obviously the group thread was popping. How you feel, man?
Man, you know, this typo, man. Somebody made a typo. I mean, it said how you say his name? Taguchi. Tamaguchi. Hey, but it's supposed to say Guerrero Jr. I think I mean, when it goes into the league office, I think there's gonna be revisions and edits on it.
Revisions and edits.
You know, I'm gonna start with my Astros. I think Dana, he shouldn't have revealed his hand. You know, that was my thing. I know it was rumors that, you know, the Astros, they was going after a first baseman and more pitching help. I think he kind of revealed his hand, and, you know, I'm not as mad as some people are about the trade. People are in up arms about the trade for a rental. I mean, I get it. You know, I mean, the Astros have a pretty good history of, like I said, turning suspect pitchers into quality starters, quality relievers. You know, we've had a history of it. Except your name is Montero. You know, he had one good season. You know, we revamped it one time. You know, he reverted back to his old ways. But I would definitely love seeing somebody take that off our plates. But yeah, like I said, I think that the Astros did good. The Orioles, I mean, they gave up a lot, but they made a pretty good move today too. Picking up, I forgot the guy's name.
They went and got
Jimenez
from the White Sox.
Jimenez,
yeah. I mean, they
went to Chicago's fire sale.
Oh man, dude, and you know what? So I'm not gonna get into too much of the players because it wasn't the big names didn't get moved. You know, we were all looking to see, you know, who was gonna be the first big domino, but I thought it was Guerrero. I thought it was gonna be the first big domino.
I'm shocked he didn't get moved.
Yeah, and especially because, you know, what the thing was, and I know Steve, you got on me, but on multiple networks I had been seeing that they was like the price tags, you know, because people wanted, you know, a lot. Even the Orioles, they give up like they fourth pick prospect or something. Yeah, they gave up a lot. Like, you know, even the Astros, like, people are mad because we feel like we gave up too much for a rental. And I think that the asking price was what got, you know, people kind of, you know, steering away from these big name trades that we thought we were going to see. Like, we didn't even see the what's his name from the White Sox. He didn't even get traded, the pitcher. He said he didn't want his innings to go up without a long-term deal. And he was pretty much written off, you know. And like I said, you know, I didn't see any big moves that I said, okay, these are going to be, you know, title shifting, you know, moves. The biggest thing that I'm kind of shocked at in the whole trade deadline, the people that we thought were going to be wholesale sellers are actually buyers. The Mets, we thought pretty much the Mets were going to gut their roster, and they're buying.
But like, they're right in it. They're right in it, LG. You know what I mean?
You know what? I think that's what we failed to realize, that there are so many teams that are right there in that wild card.
Right.
I think I kind of hinted at it. You know, even the teams that are like, you know, 2 or 3 games out, they're buyers. Like, I haven't really even seen anybody that the Red Sox made moves.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen anybody that you would say, okay, this person is a seller being a buyer. I mean, I haven't seen anybody that's a buyer being a seller, and I've seen all the people that we thought were going to be sellers are buyers. And that's the most shocking thing to me during this whole, you know, trade deadline, you know, except for the fact that we broke the cardinal rule of baseball that we don't trade with Yankees, and we don't make acquisitions from that team And y'all might have planted a spy over here or something. That might be what it is.
That's because that's what we do, right?
Hey, that's what we all do. That's what we all do. If you want to go there, hey, that's what we all do. He might be sending Morse code or something back to New York on us.
Yeah, banging bats and trash cans and whatever. Yeah, okay.
We don't make trades with Yankees and Dodgers.
Well, we don't believe in you. You need more people.
Wow.
I know. So Unc was actually mad at that trade, and the Yankees spent a lot of international money. The Astros scout internationally really big. So I was more kind of like, why would we give up international money versus and then I get it. Our bullpen has been so shaky. Presley gave it up last night, and Hader really gave it up. But yeah, dude, I'm just shocked that the people that we thought were gonna be sellers are actually buyers. I'll pass it over. I'll let Steve get in.
Go ahead, Steve. Talk to me, man. I'll go after you, my guy. Like this trade deadline came and gone. You heard what your Astros partner over there had to say. What say you, sir?
I mean, look, I'll get to the Astros last. I'll go. My biggest thing was like the Dodgers. The Dodgers, like, they went out, addressed a couple of needs, and it's weird, right? A team sees a couple of weaknesses. Even a team like the Dodgers, they say, we need an arm, we need a bat. Let's go do it. They get Kiermaier, they get Flattery. I mean, two really good players in my opinion, and just to bolster that Dodgers lineup. So the Dodgers making moves, because the Dodgers, Monk always told me, if you want to make an omelet, you got to crack some eggs. The Dodgers are trying to make an omelet out in LA, so they're cracking some eggs. The Orioles are cracking some eggs. I love the Jimenez deal. Now that wall out there in Baltimore is going to kind of be a problem for him, batting from the left side. But there's neither Mount Baltimore out there, but I think he'll be fine. Look, I talked about this a couple weeks ago. I was like jokingly saying, like, the Cubs, that's an example of a team that really, when you look at the standings, they're not too far behind, because of this third wild card. And you're going to see teams who feel like, hey, we're in it. And I kind of felt like we weren't going to see too many big moves, because everybody feels like they still have a chance, except for the White Sox. The White Sox, there was a fire sale on the south side, and it was just, I'm surprised. Like, the only reason that Robert didn't get traded, because he seems to be always hurt. He seems to just be checked out. I don't think a change of venue would change anything for him. That kid just seems like he'd rather do anything but be playing baseball right now. Just from what happened in Cleveland, when he just sat there and like let the guy tag up, and just other things, and then like in his injury history. So I thought somebody would like throw a couple prospects at the White Sox for Robert. Nobody, budged on that. I am going to say this as calmly as I can about the Astros. I believe Dana Brown is a sleeper cell who was sent from Atlanta to destroy the Astros from within. So me saying that, I slept on it. I did like the deal initially. I slept on it. Still don't like it. So that's that. People are all upset about like this, and I calm down, because it's like people are like, oh well, Wagner, and it's like, look, I don't know if Wagner's gonna be anything special. It's like his dad played for the Astros, stuff like that. People are like, oh, you don't trade like it. It's like, okay, fine, But Alope Fido, who I like, I think he can end up being a very good like outfielder. But they bring up Leon, who's like the franchise, like who's the future for the Astros. And I was like, well, why would you make this move and not bring up Leon? I woke up this morning, so they were bringing up Leon, so I'm fine with it. Bloss, it's funny. I was talking to coworker, and me living here in Pittsburgh, we're playing the Pirates, and I was like, oh yeah, we got Bloss going tonight. And then I look and I see that he got scratched from the start, and I was like, well, he's probably gonna get traded. and he got traded. But like, that's the one that's really grinding my gears. A team that needs arms trades a good young arm or a developing young arm. Let me not say a good young arm, but a kid who has some talent, who you can kind of see him starting to put together. His last couple of starts were really good. And I just hate to see a team that needs pitching trade a pitcher. Now you get a guy back from Toronto who is what the Astros kind of need. They need a guy who can go out there and pitch 7 innings. And who can get 7 2/3 and just can eat up innings, because until Garcia and Verlander, because like I said last night, Justin Verlander is the Astros acquisition. And Luis Garcia is their acquisitions. Kyle Tucker, who I know Larry just loves so much, like Kyle Tucker, these guys are better than anybody that the Astros could go out and trade. So I feel like the Astros are like, hey, let's just hold the line. Let's hold the line. Except for Guerrero. I mean, look.
Unless he wasn't available.
Yeah, unless he wasn't available. And Larry talked a lot about. Went back about the tax. It's like, it is what it is. The Astros don't have the cupboard isn't bare, but they don't have the talent. They don't have the prospects that other teams do.
Yeah, they're not the Orioles. They just give up prospects and don't even care. Yeah,
and that's why I really need people to temper their expectations, because it's like the Astros farm system is not it. And the Astros are going to have to slowly but surely rebuild that farm system. And I mean, and when it comes down to it, I think the Blue Jays wanted a whole bunch for Guerrero, and they wanted more than the Astros had, to be honest. So that's why I was hoping, for a trade. I did say, like, hey, that's the wrong Blue Jay, Dana. Like that's not the Blue Jay that we were hoping you trade for, but you're traded for. He's like, hey, y'all, here's a Blue Jay. So y'all wanted a Blue Jay so bad, here's one. But he, the jury's out. We'll see. He does feel a need for the Astros, but overall, like we've been saying, it's like the big splash moves that maybe we used to seeing at the deadline didn't happen. Teams just kind of like shored up. Nobody, Sirius, you're a poker player. Nobody went all in. A lot of people checked. A lot of people checked, but nobody really went all in.
Called.
Yeah.
That's normally how you see him. That's normally what you see at the trade deadline. Like
not really.
Nowadays,
Not really.
Nowadays, right? LG, because because
we've seen big fish.
They're so close. You got so many teams that are so close to get into.
Not since before the third team got added. We've seen teams swing for the fence because
that's what I'm saying. We've seen teams swing and nobody swung.
And nobody really swung this trade deadline because. Like
everybody's there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not too sure which one of you guys said it, but like all the teams, hell, the Pirates in playoff contention right now. We're about to hit August.
Steve just mentioned it. We gave up 3 top prospects to give Verlander back last year. Get him back. That was our acquisition right there.
When you could have just signed it. Look, like I said, Dana Brown is taking this thing down from the inside. Jeff Beck, we all know. Like, I'm gonna pull back the curtain. Here's a little inside Astros baseball for you guys. Jeff Bagwell is the GM. Okay, everybody knows this, and he is doing a terrible job because he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with my gut. I see this guy. He can hit. It's like they're letting Jeff Bagwell run this team into the ground, and I love Jeff Bagwell to death. I was always more of a Biggio guy, to be honest. But like, I love Jeff Bagwell, and he is running this team into the ground because he has Crane's ear. Dana Brown is doing the best he can. Like I joke with about Dana. Dana Brown's doing the best he can because he is just the GM and like just he's a figurehead. Jeff Bagwell is the one who's really making these decisions in the Astros front office, and it's just I don't know. We dealt with this in Houston before when we had a guy named Jack Easterby who was actually running the team. But that's neither here nor there.
I mean, actually, like I said, I thought Toronto was going to be bigger sellers. That's why I thought
I did too. Yeah,
I did too.
I mean, because Guerrero, he only got another year, so even if we traded for him in a year, we got to resign him. So I thought they were going to be like, let me get something for him.
He will not be a Blue Jay next season. This will definitely be something that happens in the offseason, at winter meetings, something like that. I think that's when it's going to happen for Guerrero.
Hell, Pete Alonso was damn near like on the trade block. They was like
he was on his way out. He was
he was
looking
at, yep, he had his bags packed, man. I'm surprised.
Right.
But again, we've been talking about this, and then I want to say this and then seriously go. It's just like we talk about this. This just goes to the fact that with the third wild card, everybody feels like they're in it. Oh. The Mets start playing a little bit better, start getting a little bit healthier, and they're like, whoa. We can make a run at this thing. Yeah. And the Mets are the only team that felt that way.
I even saw. I know y'all guys don't want to hear that, but I even saw they had like Nestor Cortez on the trade block. Teams were calling about it.
There were so many big fish that were on the trade block, and honestly,
I think the price tag, people weren't going to give up no star player like that without gutting your team.
I'm not sure if that's it. I'm not sure if that's it. I think a lot of it had to do, Larry. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that, again, there's a lot of teams that are in the hunt. To use the NFL phrase.
When have you ever seen a team like the Orioles give up? I think they gave up like their 4th and their 8th prospect for not a superstar player.
They're leading the division right now. I mean, they got their 4th prospect for pitching, which will
normally that would get you a top tier starter.
Yeah,
normally that would.
Yeah,
that dude they traded for was like the 3rd starter or 4th starter. His ERA is like 4. Like,
but you got the teams that were selling, man. I mean, you really were the top talent available in a trade this year of the teams that were selling.
Really. I don't think so.
You got Garrett Crochet and the kid that might win the Cy Young in Detroit, but Detroit.
I'm surprised Detroit didn't move Schoolboy.
Yeah. No, they would be absolutely stupid.
Oh, they will go crazy like
the prospects. You already got prospects behind them that are pitching arms they're supposed to be as good as him. Why would you move? Why would you move them?
Because they're the Tigers. That's why.
Nobody wants to play in Detroit.
Can you justify, like, serious? I know you're gonna go, but can you justify to the Tigers fan base that you're about to trade the Cy Young Award winner? Can you justify that?
Blake Snell was on the trade block and he just threw a freaking no-hitter.
Let's keep it a bun. Blake Snell
was talking about a kid that could win the Cy Young.
He won his Young last year.
Yeah, and he just threw a freaking no-hitter. And he was on the trade block.
Yeah, but nah.
And was picked up late last year.
You got years of control with Struble. You got him on. You got him like what, at least 4 or 5 years or so, something like that. I don't know how many years they got under for control of him. There's no reason to trade him. There's just no reason to do it.
I mean, I just think
at least not now.
Nobody hit the price tag. Yeah, nobody hit the price tag.
Yeah, and again, that's so weird. That's so weird. That's so weird. I'm gonna say this because I mean I love the back and forth between the 4 of us here. I don't want to take up too everybody's time. Honestly, for me, gentlemen, I'm annoyed.
Really?
I know this does not come as a shock to Villain because I've been annoyed all year. I like the fact that we went out and got ourselves a second, third baseman and a halfway decent bat. But the piece of the puzzle hasn't solved. We still have an issue at third. We still have an issue at first. As a Yankee fan, I don't like the pitchers we got. I felt as though we could have been more aggressive. And went out and got another fish, another big arm to add to the rotation. Contrary to what it may look like, I still think our middle relievers give up way too much. And again, Villain, you and I have spoken about this until the cows come home. We don't have a damn closer. I can take my daughter up to Yankee Stadium right now, have her pitch, and she would probably do a better job at closing than the brother we got doing it right now.
Towards the plate.
Exactly. And people would just hit it into and be ground balls. So I feel as though, as a Yankee fan, I feel as though this is incomplete. Are we putting so much stock in, John Carlos coming back and kind of getting back into that lineup? I have no idea. John Carlos doesn't play third. We still need a third baseman. John Carlos doesn't pitch in the middle innings. We still need relievers that can get the job done. Now, I will say this to the pitching prospects that we got today. There is hope, but I've been a Yankee fan for far too long. I don't give a damn. Can you pitch in September and October? Can you hold a lead in Minute Maid Park when that stupid squad is rolling? Chances are, and history has showed me the answer to that question is no. And then you got to deal with the Dodgers. You got to deal with the Orioles, who've gotten better. You got to deal with the rest of the division that seems to have gotten better. Now, to the rest of the trade deadline, I like what the Padres did, acquiring Tanner Scott and Brian Hoering from the Marlins. That was a big move. It was a surprising move, if you ask me, because once again, the Marlins are tied with the Astros for the division. So I'm not too sure why you will unload a pitcher, but that is neither here nor there. The Pirates did some move. They want the fire sale that they have come to be the past 20 years. They actually made some moves to bolster their team to stay in the thick of things. So I was very, very, very proud to see what my hometown team did in the Pittsburgh Pirates. My dad called me today and was like, "Yo, Aaron, we made a move." I'm like, "Yo, say what?" I thought he was joking. Did some digging. I was like, oh, hell, y'all, they did make a move. So shout out to the Pirates for making some moves. The Dodgers. What more need to be said? Coach Lazar, you hit the nail on the head. You see a need, you address the need. It's not rocket science. Sometimes GMs and owners make the simple complex. Now, I understand you got to have the assets and, the bodies to do what you got to do, but baseball is not a hard game. It's not a hard game to manage. You see a need, you hit a need. You don't rest on your laurels. We're the Dodgers. We got the best record in baseball. Yada yada yada. So let's just kick back and chill. Nah, bro. We got some work to do. So I was very, very, I want to say, underwhelmed with this trade deadline. Because again, the big fish didn't move. Vlad didn't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Pete Alonso didn't go nowhere. A big fish didn't, leave a big pond into a small pond and vice versa. So this offseason is going to be very, very interesting to see how this all materializes. The Reds acquired Wenzel from the Rangers just for straight cash. That happened, earlier today. There's so many different moves that were made this trade deadline, but nothing to borrow a phrase, nothing to blow your skirt up. It was just everybody's hitting singles, and just moving methodically around the base paths. At some point, I was expecting somebody to hit it 450 feet, AKA like my Yankees just did, to the Phillies, but that's neither here nor there. That's where my head was at. I do think, again, I'll say this and I get off the mic. As a Yankee fan, the bar is always here. Okay. And when we fail to meet that bar, I'm angry. Now, again, Velen and I's gone back and forth for damn near 15 years about Yankee stuff. Other people have come through and we've gone back and forth, but the goal is to win the championship. And I've called it from day one when we signed Soto or traded for Soto. I've called it when Garrett Cole got rushed back. Again, we mentioned it here. He was pulled from his start today. I don't care about March baseball, April baseball, May baseball. I need the Yankees to be playing significant baseball while I'm watching football. Right. And I don't think the moves that they made today tilt the needle either direction. And that's why I'm frustrated.
I mean, I think we were waiting for them to get the big starting pitcher. They didn't do it in the corner the corner infielder. I think Jazz is going to play that third base because, he's willing and nobody else has as he turns a double play. He looks really good at third base. Then he does. Double play though. But I mean, I think you're banking on Dominguez coming back and being as good as he was last year as a Yankee fan. Stanton coming back healthy and hitting like he was before he had got hurt. So those are two big bats. Even having Chaz in the lineup lengthens the lineup a little bit. So, and then if, you're just like, if this guy does this, if this guy does that. So I understand what you're saying, Serious, but 3 teams that really surprised me, and then we can move off if you guys want to chime in on it too. I'm surprised the Braves didn't do much. I thought with their injuries that they probably should have made a couple moves. They need infield help, and they definitely needed pitching. They didn't do anything. I'm surprised. I like what the Orioles did, but they have so much depth in their farm system. I'm surprised they didn't push their chips in to get Crochet, right, to get him from the White Sox. I thought it was a done deal. Not a done deal, but I thought it was like a foregone conclusion that they were going to put all of their big chips in and get Crochet because they needed starting pitching help desperately, and that kid was available. So I'm surprised they didn't do that. And I'm just surprised the Angels are just being the Angels. They just refuse to reset that team. Like, they won't do it. Like, just they just – what's that?
Mike Trout's hurt again.
He stay hurt. He stay hurt.
I mean, he got
him
hurt
and Stanton. Him and Stanton stay hurt. Him and Stanton stay hurt.
Mike Trout is the best player I've never seen. Like, and that's kind of like, and it's not a disrespect to him. Like, this guy's a 3-time MVP, but like on the East Coast, I didn't get to see him a lot, right? Because he was on the West Coast, and so that I didn't get to see him as much unless he played the Mets or the Yankees or what have you. But now he's just tragically hurt all the time, and it's just a shame because he was like the closest thing you can have to like Mickey Mantle or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And just can't.
Well, yeah, I mean, as an Astros fan, I've gotten to see a lot of Mike Trout over the years.
Too much of Mike Trout.
Way too much. Way too much Mike Trout for my liking, to be honest with you. But it's funny that because I was going to bring that up. It's kind of like my last thought. It's like, man, look, it's getting to a point to where it's like, if you are a team, like, go to the Angels and be like, all right, let's what do you want for Trout? We got to get free Mike Trout. It's like this guy, like, again, the injuries and stuff like that. It's like I would love, but again, what did I say? I said it weeks ago. Look, that man don't want to miss any Eagles football. He wants to miss as little amount of Eagles football as he has to. And it's just like he makes a bunch of money. He lives in Southern California, and he can walk into a mall in LA, and people will probably be like, "Oh, who's that big guy over there?" He can just live like it's just. He goes somewhere else, he'll have the pressure. But it's getting to a point to where now it's just like, man, I hate to say this because he had such a trajectory starting off, but now it's starting to kind of like, man, he's starting to get into that what could have been. Like mode with in his career.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, Trout was out there and then he kind of plateaued here and then so
he's the Dame Lillard of baseball. Staying in one place too long.
Staying in one place too long.
He should have been a Philly 5 years ago.
He should have went with Harper.
Yeah.
He turned into Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols went to the Angels and died.
Yeah, but at least he got out. And he still had a career in Anaheim. But
we talk a lot about how Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer before he went to the Giants.
Right.
Albert Pujols was a Hall of Famer before he went to the Angels.
Yeah, but when he went to the Angels,
no one in baseball history had a better first 10 years of their career than Albert Pujols. So I disagree with.
No.
He could have retired after that and made the Hall of Fame.
I'm talking about his Angels career compared to Mike Trout, not the before Angels career. He's starting to turn into the Albert Pujols.
But see, here's the deal. Like, I can't use the Albert Pujols comp because Albert Pujols was a beast in St. Louis. He was a monster. But
I'm saying this serious, and I'm telling the whole group. It's not the before the Angels. I'm talking about with the Angels. Even what's the guy from Houston, Steve, that was with
he missed it.
The guy from the Washington that went, we thought we was gonna get him, but he went out there, the third baseman. I forgot his name. He with the Angels now.
Oh, Rendon.
Stay hurt.
Yeah.
His career is like, do you go to the Angels for your career to die?
Man, Rendon told y'all there are things more important to him than baseball, man. It's
Yeah,
just a job.
I mean,
so it's like
I would have revoked his contract right away, Steve.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
Yeah. When he said that, I
liked
like,
Rendon.
Look, Tony Rendon, he an H-Town guy. He went to my high school. You know, he went to Rice, which is right down the street from where I grew up. Larry know.
Yeah.
When he said that, I was like, oh, come on, Tony, baby, what are you doing? like, good grief. But, you know.
But even his career ain't been the same since he went to LA. I don't know what it is.
No, since he ran
but he got something that Mike Trout don't have.
Yeah,
he has that ring from the
and
the
Mike
Nationals.
Trout went to one playoff series, right, and got swept. Like that's a crying shame.
See what I'm saying? So again, I kind of understand what Larry's saying, but the comp is lost on me.
We gotta find a better comp. I know what he said. I know what he's trying to say.
I get it.
I'm saying that, you know, it's like when you get to a certain team and it's like, you know, somebody said, okay, they don't have the right training staff, or why you want to go play on that field, or why you want to go, go and now you got to hit home runs 700 feet to get it out the park when you was in the park. It was 300 feet to short left. You know, it's one of those things like.
I got a bad feeling about this, Barry.
Like what's going on
every day? It's every day with this clown, man.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, baby, here it comes.
I got a bad feeling about Schwarber right now.
It's Clay Holmes time, you know. Time to blow this game.
There it is.
Time to blow the game.
There it is. He just blew it.
The problem with
wild pitch.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
The problem with the Yankees, bro, is gonna always be the problem until they fix it. They believe that they can score 88 runs and outscore everybody and not pitch to nobody.
Okay, so
no, it's not even. It's just our closer stinks.
Back to my initial point. This is why I wanted more or a better. We didn't go get a closer.
Yeah, we should have. Did everything humanly possible to get Tanner Scott, because this guy is worthless.
We got 4 of them, and none of them are.
He's the best. He's the worst best closer in the league. Like if you had a list of 10 top closers, he's number 10. He's the worst. I believe
Hader would have something to say about that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, Hader's not that.
This is his 5th blown save in his last 7 games.
Again, we know.
Blown save in last 7 games. Make it make sense.
It doesn't. And yet people look at me like I'm stupid when I sit there and not get excited over Jazz coming in, or when I don't get excited over middle relievers. We got a closer who can't close a damn game, and we are trying to win a freaking pennant.
Score more runs. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Score more.
Listen here.
Score more runs.
5 runs in this day and age should be enough, man.
Yeah, sure.
Like I said, that's the thing. The Yankees feel like we're gonna outscore you, and we don't have to pitch back to you. Like there's no.
They don't feel like that. It's just like Clay Holmes stinks. It's like, you know what I'm saying. It's like
it's so bad.
That's what it is. It's like
no bottom half of the endings.
All jokes aside, it's like this. It's not great what's going on with Clay Holmes, and it's just I don't know how the Yankees fix it. Moving forward, I mean,
take him out of the closer. He's not your closer.
He's not your closer.
Out of the closer spot.
I would use a middle reliever or something like that to close games right now.
Nope.
And even those, are questionable. This dude do you
want to risk losing them though? He's losing games. He's blowing saves.
He had one good season as a closer, Steve. Like one. Like other than that, this is the guy that was pitching in Pittsburgh that couldn't get anybody out.
I know.
This is the guy.
I'm familiar with Clay Holmes. Yes, you know. Oh yeah, that's why. But hey, look.
Again, trade deadline came and went.
Y'all just spoiled, man. Y'all had Mariano for so damn long. Y'all just spoiled, knowing when you get to the ninth, it's over with. Y'all just spoiled, man.
And we should be. That's the greatest of the great. So I mean,
that's the standard.
That's the standard. Your job.
The standard is the standard, man. God dang. You know, let me stop talking.
That's a good segue. Standard is the standard.
You already know.
You should have just paid if y'all had just paid Chapman, then y'all would have been all right.
Yeah,
you mean
much better. He
wasn't much better neither. He was just all gas, no brakes, with sticky stuff on his hands.
He gassed us last night.
Yeah,
Sir Punch a lot. I don't want you want to pay Sir Punch a lot. Yeah,
and the thing is, y'all would light up every time he came into the game. How many playoff series had the Astros won off for Ron? Jesus, let me stop. I gotta stop.
No, it was funny because I remember it's like I was like, Chapman's in. All right, boys, time to eat. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, here we go. Here you go.
How do you think we Yankees felt about that nonsense? Bases loaded right now. Bryce Harper's up. We about to lose this game at the bottom of the line.
Because the Astros can hit home runs off of 100-mile-an-hour fastballs down the middle.
That's all Chapman had. He didn't have any other pitches.
That's why Skineen, they was like, oh, Skineen was frustrated last night. Yeah, because you can't throw 100-mile-an-hour fastballs to the Astros.
Yeah, and that little slur thing. He's spinning lob.
No, Skineen's a real deal though. That kid's, but it's just like he has to like expand his repertoire because it's like he can't just go. Now, again, it's like when the Pirates are playing the Reds or the Marlins and stuff like that, you can go out there and you can strike out 12, 13 because you're just going to throw gas past them. But it's like when you're playing teams that can actually hit, they can actually will spit on a couple. You got to, it's just like he's still young, and so he's still going to try to like just go out there and just blow kids by, blow by guys. But it's like, yeah, he needs to learn how to pitch, and like how to get guys out instead of just like, I can throw a 102. Here it comes. Because like you have guys who like Aaron Judge, who is like he'll hit it 500 feet if you throw it right down the middle. It doesn't matter how fast it comes, So, but it is what it is. But yeah,
I think this offseason he's gonna get in his bag and figure some stuff out. I'm surprised we got out of that inning, but whatever. This game should be over.
But you know what I'll say this about to wrap up my final thought about this trade deadline. Looking back now, and I'm just sitting back thinking to myself, I think a lot of teams are more worried about this luxury tax, and I think a lot of teams are more worried about this next coming off season because there's gonna be some nice pieces coming up in this off season, and these baseball contracts are starting to explode. I think a lot of teams was like being real smart, being real, I ain't gonna say what is it, physically smart, thinking about the money that they're spending. I think a lot of teams are being conscious of that stuff. I mean, because like I say, the teams that we thought were going to be selling off wasn't selling off, and the teams that we thought were just going to be buying wasn't really buying.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it all shakes out. But transitioning over to football, man. Training camp is in full swing. There's been a lot of headlines being made. For starters, Tua got his bag. Jordan Love got his bag. Hours before the show, DJ Moore, the Chicago Bears, formerly of the Maryland Terrapins. I met him personally. Cool cat. He got his bag. So I mean, there's been a lot of positive that's going on. There's been a lot of negative that's been going on. Looks like Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones, and Josh Allen are in midseason form, throwing to the wrong people at training camp. I let Villain Bat lead off first during baseball, so I'm gonna flip this over to Steve. Man, Coach, talk to me, my guy. There's a lot of stuff going on. Training camps here. Take it where you want, man. Get in where you fit in.
Yeah, I anyway, like I'm gonna turn this off. But anyway,
we all gonna be in misery together, man. Our clubs are choking right now.
Baseball teams are down bad right now, but as we transition to football, I'll start with DJ Moore because again, he was the Bears' offense last year. Let's make no bones about it, and he deserves every penny, I believe. And I'm anxious to see what happens because like he is the one. You got the kid from Washington, you got Caleb Williams, you got it's just you're surrounding him with other pieces where he was the focal point. You knew what the Bears were doing on offense, yet he still put up almost 1,500 yards, in touchdown. So like he's just an elite kid, and I've liked him since college. I just always thought he was a really good receiver. Matthew Judon and Jerod Mayo.
What's that about?
Interesting thing to follow. I feel like Judon is running the old let me start a fight to get what I want play, and the Patriots don't really do that.
They never have.
They don't do that. It's just like you have to really do something, but it's like I give him, I give him the credit for trying, though. Let me yell and let's cause a stir. It's like we talked about this. It's camp fodder. It's just like it was just him being loud, just trying to get what he wants. Unless he physically touches Jerod Mayo, and even still, Jerod Mayo might kick his ass. So it's like, so let's put that out there. Because Mayo, like he was one of my favorite players, even though I don't like the college he went to. But I mean, other than that, he was a great player. But the whole thing is, you see a guy like Jordan Love get paid. You see Tua getting paid, and I just want to say, like, you see what the receivers are getting paid. And something that I'm just like looking at, it's like, guys, like if you want a franchise quarterback and a number one receiver, a legit number one receiver to throw to him, you need $80 million. You need 50 for the quarterback and you need 30 for the receiver, seems like. In that range. And that is crazy to me, seeing that, the NFL, like, it's capped. It's not like it's baseball. It's not like it's just, where they have no. It's like there's a salary cap, but it's like now it's getting. And we've kicked this around. It's getting to a point to where you see the money that Love is getting and Tua is getting, and the money that I'm sure Dak will get. Because like he's putting the ski mask on and gonna hold the Cowboy. Or not. They might not. Do it, but. You just see what these guys are getting, and like we kick this around. Maybe the quarterbacks need to be outside of the salary cap. Quarterback money is to the side, and then everybody else counts on the cap. Because, like I said, you want a franchise quarterback, you want a receiver for him to throw to. You're going to need in the neighborhood of $80 million now. So moving forward, you're probably going to need more than that as things increase and like these salaries go up and up and up. Because guys, like I never thought I would see football salaries get this big in my life, because you have to pay more guys, bigger team. You can do that in basketball, but these salaries in football are getting, at least the quarterback salaries are getting crazy because there are no more bonus babies. Who was it? Was it Jared Goff or somebody was the last bonus baby? Mm-hmm. So now they're getting their money on the other end, because like what Sam Bradford, I think, was the last bonus baby, so it's interesting to see what's going to happen moving forward. Something that I want to talk about is the New Orleans Saints, and it's like, I mean, I hope Mike isn't listening because, man, I was just tapping in with some of my Saints friends, and this boy, the Saints are bad, like bad, like they might win like 4 games bad.
Dust off the bags.
Yeah. Dust off the bags. It's gonna be Aints time pretty soon.
The Aints.
I mentioned them last week. I believe I'm gonna make the Arizona Cardinals like my unofficial team I follow. Just another team. Just to follow because other than my own. Camp is in full swing, Hall of Fame game. I just want to say this. The Hall of Fame game will be here before you know it. And it's something that we get so hyped up for.
2 days from now.
Yeah. We get so hyped up. And then 2 minutes into the game, it's like, oh, boy. It's like,
right.
But guess what? I will be there front and center watching. I will be excited. For that first 5 minutes. And then after the first series, I'll be like, I'm probably going to fire up this PS5. Or, thank God, I have the Olympics to watch.
The Olympics now.
So I watch the Olympics. But it's
the Bears, they're not even playing their starters.
Yeah, the Bears ain't even playing.
Nobody's playing their starters.
Why? It's like, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to let things move forward. It's like, I guess my hot take for the night as far as it's like, I don't see the need for the Hall of Fame game. I don't. You can have the Hall of Fame festivities. You can do all that. You can do the gold jacket ceremony. You can do the inductions. you don't need. You don't need the game. You know, I just feel like it's something that it's pointless because it's getting to the point now where it's almost like a week 0. Because, so it's like nobody's gonna play.
And that field is atrocious. How many I've seen kickers and punters mess up their pole.
People use the term high school field. You know this because you're from this part of the country. That is literally a high school stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, that's what they use it for. It's a high school stadium. It's
wait, Steve. It's not a Texas high school stadium. Look.
That's a different plane. You know what I'm saying? That's a you know what I'm saying. It's like, but look, let's not disrespect Ohio. They take their high school football very seriously. The Buckeye State, but it's not up to snuff. And I just think, like I said, I guess that would be like my hot take. As I see Jonathan Owens with his beautiful wife Simone Biles missing from camp. It's like it's funny. It's just like, hey, Jonathan, you know what? Go ahead and go over to Paris to support your wife. We're good. We're good. You can go. It's like that's kind of funny to me. It's like, oh no, go be the supporting husband. It's like, man, they like, all right, whatever, dog. Like you go. Like you will not be missed. We got. We'll take care of it. But that's my hot take.
Dude, the ball boy might take his locker by the time he come back.
It's like Jonathan. It's like, man, look, like this kid. He got his hips are real fluid. He's a ball hawk. It's like, I mean, you come back from Paris, you got a position battle on your hand for backup safety, sir. So it's like whatever.
Special teams. Yeah,
yeah.
Yo, man, training camp's in full swing, man. Larry, talk to me, my guy. What's your head at, man? If you want to talk a little bit about these guys that got paid or the guy who did not get paid yet, talk to me, man.
Oh man, I'm smiling. I don't know where I want to start first, man. I don't know where I want to start. I think I want to. Hey, I think our first thing I'm gonna start. I'm gonna be like, man, Dak over there, like the guy.
I knew it. I know even why you did that build up. You knew where you wanted to start, Larry.
You knew where you wanted to start.
We know where you at, dog.
We knew where you wanted to start. So, but
it's like, man, they sent him offers. Like, so you know what? Me and my homeboy were talking about this the other day. Dak said it ain't about the money. He's the last one that ain't signed. It's about the money. Stop the lying. It's about the money. And now it's at the point where he got him hostage. He literally got Jerry tied up in the trunk, with duct tape on his mouth and, chloroform rag and the whole nine. They literally can't do nothing. And these prices keep going up and up and up and up and up. And when I think about it, I'm like, that's good because now not only does Dak want his money, CD wants his money, and that price keeps going up and up and up and up and up. And Steve, you hit it. You said you need 80 million. The Cowboys need like 100 million for 2 players. 2.
They need 130 million for 3.
Yeah. You throw in Parsons. Yeah, they need 130 million.
Oh, yeah. You got. Well, wait a minute, because the thing about that is that those outside linebackers, those pass rushers, they price tags going up and up and up too. I mean,
here's the thing: TJ
they'll be around 30, 35.
TJ has to get re-signed next year. We got to re-sign.
How much do you think TJ could get?
Your Giants just gave Brian Burns all that money.
They gave him honestly 88. They gave him 20. What is it? 22, 23 a year.
No, I think like 2023.
What was his contract? It was 5 years, 80-something million, right?
Something like that.
I thought it was more. I thought it was like 130.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up here.
I'll look it up right now.
You got it.
But Michael.
No, you're right. Yeah. You're right. It was the $35 million. So 5 years, 141.
Yeah,
but it's 87 was guaranteed.
Yeah.
So it's 28 per season. So that's about you're gonna see Micah around 30. It's gonna be around 30
or more.
And it's gonna cost somewhere like 35 and a quarter for TJ.
Yeah, it'll be 30 to 35 is where you see Parsons and T. Yeah.
Yeah, so they might as well just go ahead and say, you know what, DeMarcus Lawrence, thank you for your services, but you're no longer going to be needed. They're probably gonna say, you know what, we're gonna trade out this first round a couple of years. You know what, they're probably gonna say, you know what, anybody else to run playing, you know, we got a 5th round pick for you, and now we're gonna start gutting this team. That's basically it, and I freaking love it. I love it.
Trey Lance, future starting quarterback for your Dallas Cowboys, everybody.
Nah, hey, he's been looking horrible in camp. So, you know, hey, that 3rd round pick starting to look real good. You know, and I hey, you know what? I wish Trey all the best. I was so happy when we drafted Trey, but Trey needed playing time, and Trey's unfortunate that he's the one guy who has a lot of talent. He just can't see the field and get playing time. So yeah, I mean, and I hate to say it like that, but you know, we got a 3rd round pick out of it, and we'll see what happens with that 3rd round pick. But the other quarterback storyline that I'm loving, and Aaron knows it. Aaron knows it. Russ is hurt. Russ is on the mend.
And who's taking the first team? So mean. Just so mean.
Shout out to my own
heart. He came back to camp today and looked amazing.
It's going to be starting in the 3rd week, Justin Fields, because we need a more mobile quarterback. We need I was actually getting to the point where they were like, you know what? The best thing for the Steelers is to turn that offense into a Lamar Jackson, into Arthur Smith when he's with the Titans, a running team with a running quarterback.
We're going to do that anyway.
Yeah, Arthur Smith's going to do that anyway.
With a running quarterback. And the running quarterback is Justin Fields.
And they're saying he's week to week, right, Larry?
Russ?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's minor, but while he's been out, Justin's been taking the first team snaps, and he was a little erratic at first, but
he's looked good. He's looked really, really good. I've been following.
But he's not. Russ isn't going to be ready. He's not going to be ready for week 1, right?
No. Russ came back to training camp today. Looked great, but in his absence, you know, Justin Fields has been looking the part. He's been doing this thing. He's been throwing dots. He's been getting out and scrambling for.
Yeah. That's the point.
And I bet if you ask Arthur Smith, like if you ask him in a moment of truth, you know, like away from the cameras, like who would you rather have running this offense?
I personally think he wants Justin Fields to run it.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I personally think he wants Justin Fields to run it, but I think at the end of the day, you know, Russell Wilson is he's not, because again, I've said this for a bazillion of hours on this network and in other spaces. We survived Kenny effing Pickett. Russell Wilson will have to be the reincarnation of Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, Mr. Trubisky on steroids before he gets benched. The only way Russell Wilson comes off the field is if he's hurt. Now, we can talk Justin Fields and Russell Wilson next year, because I do think it's going to be one or the other. My guess is going to be Justin Fields, but I'll talk about the Steelers probably in my little spot, and then, you know, me and my dad will do it later.
But yeah, hey, let me join, bro. Let me join. Like I said, man, you know, hey, people was doubting Justin, and I'm like, don't doubt Justin, man. I think Justin, he have talent. He's a starter, bro. He's a starter. Yeah. I think he needs the weapons, and he needs the right offense for him. But Justin, man, you know, people was doubting him, and I know how the Steelers operate, dude. You know, hey, Sean Payton benched Russ. I mean, I don't think Mike will do it. You know, I don't think he'll bench him. I think it's gonna be like one of those things where it might be like, Russ is hurt. Russ has a sore big pinky toe. And Russ hurt. So it might be one of those type of situations, but at some point, like I said, you know, it's the age part of it. And like I said, you got a 36-year-old. As much as I hate to say it, Russ is probably going to be in the Hall of Fame. And the Steelers always have been cautious about PR. It's going to look bad that you have a Hall of Fame potential quarterback and he's on the bench. But you know, we'll see, because you know they were calling for what's the OC? They were calling for his firing. you know, Steelers fans get a little ravaged, and if y'all start losing games, yeah, it's going to get a little.
But Matt Canada was running a college offense in the
NFL. I get it.
It was the worst offense in the world. And to your point, we held on to Big Ben's noodle arm until that thing nearly came off, you know, out the socket in Cleveland.
Hell, y'all let Mitchell Trubisky start some games.
My point exactly.
That's
the reason why I have a hard time with the idea that Russell Wilson is going to lose the starting job. Mike Tomlin's going to give you the coach speak. He's going to give you the coach speak because, again, he's the best at it.
Oh, he's the best ever at that. Oh,
but it might. I'm like this. It might feel like you costing him games though. He went to a rotation. Remember, he put Mason Rudolph in.
We had no choice.
He put him in before. He put him in before when he didn't have a choice. We didn't.
You've never, as an organization, we have never had a rotational quarterback. The only reason why Mason Rudolph played the latter part of last year, it was because Kenny Pickett went to the bench because he was hurt, and the offense started cooking.
But he played the year before. He got some games in. So yeah,
because Kenny Pickett got concussed.
Yeah, but we'll like I said, we'll see.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. You know, I'm not gonna just pick on your Steelers. I'll put it like this, right? You know, it's a little turmoil that people feel like is going on in this Niners camp, but Ayuk is actually on the sideline with Lynch and hanging out with Lynch. But you know, he's not like CD at home getting text message offers and stuff like that. And I think that the deal is close. I really, honestly, I get it. People say he probably want to be the focal point. I think it's just nitpicky stuff that he won't. That, you know, and that's the reason why they have an open dialogue. That's why he's in camp. That's why he's walking on the sideline, stuff like that. You know, we even had the little situation with Trent. I think Trent, you know, I get it. You know, Trent's the best left tackle in the league. Trent's not the highest paid left tackle in the league. But Trent's also 37 now, I think. 36.
I think he is.
Yeah, he's up there.
So, you know, Trent's
top three. Tackle.
Top three? Who's better?
No, I thought you said he wasn't.
No, he is. He's the best left tackle in the league.
Okay, all right, my fault.
Yeah,
my fault.
He's
I was
the
like,
best left tackle in the league, but he's not the highest.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what I think. I think he is, yeah.
But he's getting old. That's an easy fix, man. Go ahead and make him the Bobby Padilla deal. Like, look, Trent, cut this cap down. Go ahead and take, you know, $2 million this year, and we'll pay you $1 million for the next 20 years. That's an easy fix, you know. You would throw it up there, Aaron, but I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. People are estimating Purdy's contract to be higher than Dak's, 300 or something million. But I don't think he's gonna do that. To be honest,
I don't think so either.
I don't think he's gonna do that. You got to remember, this is a dude who lived at home with his parents. He started quarterback.
No. See, here's where you and I are going to differ. Okay.
No, wait, Aaron. Go ahead, and I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you chime in. But
here's where you and I differ. Here's the thing. Like, I understand that it doesn't appear, and I'm using air quotes here for those watching, listening on Spotify. It does not appear as though Brock Purdy is the type of guy who would want to break the bank. But you gotta capitalize on your opportunity, right? So let's say, for all intents and purposes, Brock Purdy goes out and has a very similar season to what he had, you know, last year. Do you think that he's gonna want anything less than his market value just because he wants, you know, because of a family discount or a home team discount?
No.
Would you do that at your job though?
Well, it was his dream to play for the Niners, but his quotes, and I'm not gonna go because people, you know, they give you smoke and mirrors, right. But his GOAT is Brady, and he said he's taking the Brady route. Brady was never the highest paid player on his team. Brady took pay cuts because he wanted better players on his team.
We wanted chips.
The dude, he's been having a manuscript for Brady since he was in elementary school. And he said he wants to take the Brady route with his career. And I think that's why you haven't heard a peep out of him, because he's like the lowest paid starter in the league. But
see, let me ask you this question. Let's go back and forth with you for a second. if you listen to how Brady has spoken, since retirement, again, hindsight being 2020, at some point you got to look after yourself. And Brady would have much rather have had a couple more chips in his bank account, especially in his latter years in New England, if the team would have been able to compete and it would have been stuff around him.
Brady got 6 rings, and Brady was making $100 million off the field. Brady didn't care about getting paid.
Yeah, Brady was fine. Money-wise, he was fine.
Yeah, I mean, but is Brock Purdy going to be fine like that? Brock Purdy's not going. I mean, I don't think he.
He doesn't have Kurt's commercials popping up on my screen.
I mean, he's going to be. I'm gonna put it like this, dude, and this is why I say that, right? Because not only is Brock Purdy's idol is Brady, but Brock Purdy is smart as hell, and in Brock Purdy's mind, he's probably going to take that route of I'm going to take a bump in pay, but not to hurt the overall team. Just like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes came out and said he don't care that he's not the highest paid quarterback anymore. Patrick Mahomes, actually, if you look at his deal is like Ohtani's.
Oh, his deal is had everybody pissed off, the agents and everybody, because he's the best player in the league and he took a pay cut, more or less.
And
like $40 million
all
a year.
Back end loaded, and it's all incentive laden.
Like $40 million a year, basically. He's
hitting those incentives too. So it's like he's getting the money.
He's getting that. But the thing is, outside of San Francisco, Brock Purdy not popping up on my screen like Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes.
But he is in San Francisco.
In San Francisco, but I mean,
and he will get some incentives in that offense. Yeah. He will.
But here's the deal, though. Part of me agrees with you, LG. Like, Brock Purdy seems like the kind of guy that would take a hometown discount to keep everything intact. But part of me sees it from Sirius's perspective. Like, dude, I was the last pick in the draft. Why wouldn't I cash in all my checks to set the bar? Yeah. But the thing that makes me pause is like, you're right. We haven't heard anything, but we haven't heard anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, we haven't heard him say, like, I want to be the highest paid quarterback. We haven't heard him say, I want to take a pay cut. Like, we haven't really heard him say that. So
he hasn't even said,
we don't know what he's going to do.
He's going to be a 3rd-year starter, and he's the lowest paid starter in the league. They gave him all that incentive money last year that brought him up to like $1 million. Normally, no matter what position you're at, if you're in Brock Purdy's position going into a 3rd year, you're not in camp. They're going to hold out. They're going to renegotiate a contract. You're not going to go into that 3rd year as a starter without a contract extension. That's what happened with Dak on the first time. Remember, Dak was a 5th round. He came in, he played those 2 good years, and then that 3rd year was like, no, I want the extension. That's when Jerry should have paid him $30 million, but that's not.
I mean, so Brock Purdy gets $35 million or whatever like that. Because I mean, John Lynch and before they can still be like, hey, look, Brock, we love you, whatever like that. You still were the last pick of the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that has any bearing on how much money he can get. I think he can still get
he's making
$45 million.
He's making 3.6 this year. He's making 3.6 this year.
Yeah. But here's why I think you got to exercise some caution with Brock Purdy, because it's like, who was the last quarterback the 49ers paid? Kaepernick?
No, because Cap walked Garcia.
Probably, right? So think of it like this. The 49ers have won games. They haven't won the chip without a star quarterback that's been the highest paid at the position. Don't you think they could say, well, I could find another Brock Purdy? I need you, but I could
throw the ball to Debo, put the ball in 2-3's gut. You know what I'm saying? Play behind your defense.
For Debo, I got Ayuk. I got
You don't have Ayuk. You don't have Ayuk. You don't have Ayuk. We're not. He's coming to Pittsburgh.
He's gone. He's still there, and you still got McCarthy to hand off to. So, do I really need to pay a quarterback that much money? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not trying to throw shade on Brock Purdy. I think he deserves his money for what he's done. As like Coach said, like, he was the last pick in the draft to this point right now. But like, if I'm the 49ers, I haven't had to pay a quarterback in over 10 years. Why would I start now?
I mean, but if you're Brock Purdy, you're making $3 million, and they're saying you're making 28. and we can get some, more tackles and guards for you and keep you upright, and you can keep throwing to.
But do you really think Brock Purdy would settle for $28 million a year? And Daniel Jones got 40.
If you're only making $3 million,
Daniel Jones got 40. You really think he would settle for 28?
Dude, Tom Brady at one point was making like 16.
This is not Tom Brady.
That salary, it does not equate. That is not this
year's
salary.
So let's look at today. Patrick Mahomes is not making $40 million.
Patrick Mahomes chose not to make. Yeah. He's making $40 million a year. Patrick Mahomes chose not to because what was the bar? About 40? No, it was about 50 million at that point. Patrick Mahomes took a lesser deal. He could have got paid.
He knows he needed a defense, and he needed to pay defensive players. And
he chose not to take. He chose to take less money. He didn't go out and say,
"Oh, the 49ers have a defense."
Yeah. So I don't think Brock is gonna. I don't think he's going to do anything to hurt the team. Put it like that. I think he's not going
to be able to, because I feel like the 49ers are going to say, okay, Brock, almost speaking to your point, they're going to be like, okay, Brock, you were the last pick of the draft. Like, you making $3 million. Like, okay, so because we want to keep this team together, here's whatever deal. Here's 116, here's 120 guaranteed. You're going to be making 35 a year. Brock Purdy will be like, all right, let's book it.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's how the 49ers would probably approach it. He's probably going to get a ridiculous, upfront money, but still, and I say only, going to be making, probably in the 30-35 range. And then for him, that's a big jump. And, in San Francisco, him making $30 million, he'll be able to afford a nice 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
But if he makes the Pro Bowl this year, there's no way that he would settle for $35 million.
I don't think he'll settle for 35, especially when Daniel Jones is making 40.
That's what I'm saying.
Daniel Jones not making 40
next year. If they say here,
Daniel Jones will be a free agent next year. He'll be your quarterback next year.
Daniel Jones might be heading to the bank. Who knows? I feel like, and this is just my opinion, and it's just I feel like if the 49ers are like, hey, Brock, here's $120 million, right here you go, right in your lap, and then the per year isn't what Tua is getting, what Jordan Love is getting. But if he can get big guarantee, I think that's the way the 49ers can address this. Like, look, here is a check pretty much for $120 million. Okay, here you go. And your per year is only going to be about 35, 40. You're not going to make as much per year as other guys, but here's this big, like I said, big, gigantic, oversized check for $120 million.
Yep. And then, like I said, I think he's gonna do I ain't gonna say a pay cut, but he's gonna do a team friendly deal. He's gonna do something where he can still get more weapons. They can still keep everybody, keep the crew together. They can still, just like they've been doing now. They sign a key free agent here, fill a hole right here, like Steve say. You need a somebody opposite Bosa. You sign somebody opposite Bosa. You need a right tackle. You sign a right tackle. Doing stuff like that, I think is what it's the MO is what they've been doing. I think that they're gonna stick to the script, but he aligns with the team. I mean, he think about it. Kittle's like, hey, restructure me. McCaffrey's like, hey, restructure me. I think that's what's gonna happen with Trent. And even if you look at the Bosa deal, he got a huge upfront money. Here you go. And Bosa's not really even killing the cap like that. The only person I could see maybe even, cutting into some of that Brock money is Hufanga, because Hufanga's coming up for a deal, but he's hurt. So he's not going to have too much leverage, to say, hey, pay me, 15 million safety money, which will put me in the top 3 of safeties. I don't think that's going to happen. But we'll see. Like I said, it's training camp, man. Training camp is when all these stories start to unfold. I will go, with some of these, rumors, because of course, once the season starts, you gotta see what's gonna happen. But regardless of what Chandler says, they're like, man, Caleb's looking amazing. He stumbled a little bit, but they was like, he's been looking amazing in camp. And dude, DJ got his bag, and that team is gonna be, oh my God. I don't even want
the Bears are gonna be fun. The Bears.
Yeah,
Something
they're gonna
that you
be
don't.
fun. I think they're a year away, but they're gonna be fun.
Something that I have never said about the Chicago Bears. This is going to be a fun team to watch, at least offensively. I don't think I've ever said that in my life, that the Bears are going to be fun to watch. So,
This schedule is brutal. Their schedule is brutal, though. Their schedule is real brutal.
That's the problem.
But
I mean, and it's brutal just for the fact that just in the division, they got to play the Lions twice. They got to play the Packers twice. They got to play Vikings not so much, but they got to play the Packers and the Lions twice just in their division. So those are 4 games right there where it's like they're gonna have to like kind of come with it, a little harder. But it's just like fun Bears football. 3 words I thought I'd never say in my life.
I mean, it could be fantasy football fun, but I mean, is it going to be fun for the team? You know what I'm saying? Like fantasy football watch for those. I mean, all of us here play fantasy football. I mean, Caleb Williams is super flex leagues. You got a plethora of receivers to choose from. Keenan Allen, solo wide receiver 2, Ronald Dunick, and playing flex. So I mean, DJ Moore, wide receiver 2 type. So I mean, it's gonna be fun, but I still don't see this team winning very many ball games. To be honest with you.
No, I don't see them winning.
Didn't say that. Fun. They're going to be fun.
Having fun.
I said nothing about the Bears. Like I stopped very short of the Bears will be. No, it will be fun. It'll be like, oh wow, it's like the Bears did this. The Bears like they will be fun. Didn't say anything about they'd be a winning team.
Curious to see how they look though.
You know what? I wouldn't be me if I did not pick with the villain, Barry. You put your chips all in on Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones over here, he look like he ain't threw a ball since October.
He said, "Turn his mic off. Turn his mic off."
Throw it to the receiver, not the fan. What do you mean? He had him in the jersey. He had on the
Daniel Jones been too busy counting all that money. You know what I'm saying? It's like he messed up his shoulder counting all that money. You know what I'm saying?
Like, how do you miss a swing pass that bad?
Dude, I'm the one that sent y'all the video. That's what made me mad.
Dude. Did he have his eyes closed? I mean, good. Seriously,
it's so funny. I was talking to my buddy today, man. It's like, this is about to be his 6th year in the league, and you missing a damn swing pass. Like, either you got it or you don't. You know what I mean?
Jones over there cutting blades of grass because all his balls just skipping right off the.
I'm gonna call him Cub Cadet. That's what I'm gonna call his ass, Cub Cadet, or
my man skipping football like he's skipping rocks.
I'm gonna call him John Deere.
This is the crazy part about it. They talking about giving Neighbors 100 targets. They want him to get targets all day.
Who's gonna throw them to him? Daniel Jones can't get the football.
I mean, you could get a target. I mean, it ain't gonna reach him.
Target.
It's gonna skip. It's gonna skip.
Like the intent. Like it's like I have a pen in my hand. I can target trying to hit my light switch in my room here. That don't mean I'm gonna hit it, but I can target it. You know what I'm saying?
Solid.
No, Neighbors looks really good. Neighbors looks really good. I really like what I see from him. But Daniel Jones is who he is. He's inconsistent. The worst news I got is that he'll be ready to start the season. I was like, oh.
No, the worst news is your backup is Luck. I mean, Lock.
Yeah, exactly.
No, man, I'll take Drew Lock in there. Drew Lock, at least he might throw the ball like 5 yards, like either way of the receiver, but he'll get it in the neighborhood at least. You know,
at least he'll skip there on one hop. He'll skip there on one hop instead of 2 hops, like freaking Daniel Jones.
Would have got the ball and he got hurt, but he would have.
Nah,
I could have paid Tyrod a little extra money.
I mean, Tyrod can't.
Well, Tyrod, they wanted him back, but the Jets came in and swooped in and gave him a better deal. So,
so he gets to play in the same stadium. He gets to play in the same building. Yeah. Oh, what are the?
Well, I mean, if he plays, I honestly, what I think is funny is I guess the Jets had a bad practice and Aaron Rodgers went, eight.
Yep.
But I'm like,
did what he does.
what's funny is like, how would you know? You don't show up to camp one time. You doing your own thing. How would you know what?
You're too busy sitting in the cave somewhere eating clay, dog. Like you, like
exactly. Ain't nobody thinking about you, fool. Like I would like this dude yelling at me, man. Please, I've been here.
When you don't run practices with your receivers in the off season.
Exactly. Maybe if you were practicing more, you would have more. You wouldn't have problems. But Daniel Jones is healthy. Yay.
Where is Syracuse legend Tommy DeVito when you need it? Where is
he? He's not it, dude. He's not it.
Look, man. I hope he cast that check, and I hope he put it away because that's the only one you're gonna get.
I tell you what, man, we was jumping on waiver wires trying to pick up that dude in many leagues last year, man. It was tough time for the boy.
I know.
Dude, but it's starting to get this camp is starting to be good. Hopefully, man. We don't see too many more injuries. I've seen a couple of guys got hurt.
Somebody was it the cornerback from the Lions who was done for the year, something like that. So a lot of people getting hurt. But I mean, DJ Moore, he got like what? He got the third highest guaranteed money for a receiver. What, 82 million?
Yeah, it was 4 years, 110 million for 82 guaranteed.
Wait. Yeah, but I got
82.6 guaranteed.
I gotta bring this up, man. I gotta talk to Steve for a second. Steve, did the Texans know before they signed Autry that he failed that test?
Yeah, they did. Sure he did. You don't think so?
I don't know if they withheld it or if they knew and they just said, you know what, we'll take him for whatever we get him.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what happened because teams do their due diligence. So they're like, all right, okay, we're gonna sign him, and then let's just see what happens. You have guys that stuff like this happens. Like I don't know what to say. I think
he's not even appealing it. It's not even appealing it, and it's like I could see if they came out and said, okay, he got busted, he signed a contract, we know he got suspension coming up, but we get all the way in camp, and then you hear these stories. Oh, the Texans defense is looking amazing. Their offense is trying to catch up, but the defense is looking amazing. And he's gonna miss the first 6 games,
at least. Yeah. At least. I mean, but again, a team like the Texans, who, I mean, and it's funny to say this about the Texans, a team that has their eyes on something bigger than just like the first 6 weeks of the season. They want to be playing in the January. This year is like we talked about this. We talked about this with the other Houston team, the team that plays across town. They'll look at that as like, hey, look at this guy that we picking up in the middle of the season. A guy that's talented. It's like, and he'll be well rested.
Hey, Juan Carlos. Dylan, you see this?
Yeah, I see him. He's alive.
Oh, shocker.
No.
He has risen.
Praise the Lord. It's Easter. It's Easter time for Yankee fans.
He started yesterday and he's coming off the bench today. But Coach, you think Caleb's gonna play Thursday?
They already said he's not.
No,
and again, like I said earlier, it's like I feel like the Hall of Fame game isn't needed. You can celebrate football, celebrate Hall of Famers without this like week 0 ass game. You don't need that. You still got the tags on that hat, Larry.
Yeah, man, it's revenue, man.
You still got the tags on that.
Oh yeah, man.
He's like that Key and Peele.
That's how I rock my head, man.
Larry, we are grown ass men in our 40s. Take the tags off that hat.
I should be allowed to do what I want to do with this hat, man.
He 40. He grown. He a man.
Hey, look, that was back in
the early 2000s when we was wearing the tall tee. Like, I understood.
I called the last thing audible for you.
I was a very poor college student who I might have to take this hat back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep these.
No, man. You got to keep it original. But you know what? Hey, you know what, Steve? I did call that audible for you, man. So, hey, look, we good.
Look, man, I'm not. Look, like I said the other day, it's like I will have plenty of time to talk about the Texans, and I will be very annoying talking about the Texans. So I'm gonna wait to talk about the Texans.
No, but you know what?
Nothing to report so far.
Wait, fellas. So we got us all on, and Aaron, you can kick this around however you want to kick it around. We talked about it in the chat. Since we're talking training camp, we got to bring up the Jordan Addison and the Rashee Rice
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
No, man. I mean,
no,
you started to talk to me, man. I mean, there's right now, Jordan Addison is looking at a suspension. Rashee Rice is not. Make it make sense. Talk to me.
Dude, they literally said the Chiefs reached out to Roger Goodell and he was like, "Oh, don't even worry about that. We doing more investigation. Don't even worry about it." And people were already had these rumblings going on saying, you know, hey, the Chiefs are getting a lot of breaks. The Chiefs are getting, you know, and I get it. Roger Goodell, he's cutting back a little bit, you know, coming down with the hammer because he was known for the hammer for so long. But to have a guy who had a DUI, and I get it. The NFL is always kind of like, hey, take your DUI. It's what, 4 games, 6 games, whatever the case may be. Jordan Addison literally was in tears and said, I'm going to take it like a man. I'm going to take my DUI like a man. Rashee Rice issued a BS apology. Never came out with an actual interview about it. Dude, you literally were drunk, caused a vehicular accident, that you fled the scene, tried to cover it up, then you went and hit a reporter and not even facing us. We all had said it. He's probably going to be out half the season.
Yeah.
They literally, everybody in the league knew they were taking Xavier Worthy with the anticipation. They signed Hollywood Brown because they knew they wanted Worthy, but they knew they needed another receiver because Rice was going to probably be out for a significant time. That's why they went so heavy on receivers. But to sit here and say that he's probably not going to get no suspension whatsoever. I thought this would have been a done deal. You literally announced the Autry suspension the other day, and the Rashee Rice happened way before the end. I was thinking, oh my God, we're gonna know by training camp he's gonna be out, and there's literally crickets. And I'm not that big conspiracy dude that be like, oh, the NFL is doing this, the NFL is doing that. But if it quack like a duck, sound like a duck,
it's a chicken.
It's probably a chicken. Yeah. Because something is not quacking right with me with this, man. When have you ever known the NFL to not issue a suspension at least 3 to 6 months, at least for the DUI? Maybe not for hitting the reporter, but at least for the accident. That should have already been handed down by now. Yeah, dude, this stuff is thinking
I mean, but it's one of those things, Larry, where it's like a simple press release. It take 30 seconds to do that. Like, you know, after investigation, we find whatever. Like, so I just let's wait and see. It is wild that it hasn't come down yet, you know. But again, it's like, look, I've been at my job for 14 years. I can do things around that pharmacy that other techs can't do because I've been there so long. You know, it's like, you know, so it's just when you are the champions, the defending champions, maybe the NFL front office looks the other way a little bit. Maybe it's like, you know what, maybe, you know, he's a young kid. Maybe we just, you know, give him, you know, a break or whatever like that. But then with somebody else, it's like, oh, we're going to drop the hammer on him. You know, and
Jordan is young too. This is his second year.
Yeah,
but he's not on the defending champions.
But again, one player plays for the Minnesota Vikings, the other player plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, it's not right.
So let me ask you this question:
It's not right, but it.
You
happens.
Think that's what it is?
Like, I think it's a little piece of it. I think it's just they will look at like just exact like what happened. You know, I don't think Rice is like out of trouble here. You know, I still think there's plenty of time for them to, like, if they're doing an investigation, the investigation is still pending. And it would be so NFL to be like the night before the season or the week before the season, up 6 games for Rice. Have a good one. This is why the Chiefs drafted Worthy, and Worthy, who's been looking fantastic.
And signed Hollywood Brown. I get it.
Hollywood Brown. Because the Chiefs know, like, they're going to do an investigation. It's like, look, you talk about, like, you know, side conversations, stuff like that. Goodell's probably like, look, or the Chiefs are probably like, look, we should probably prepare for this kid to miss some games. So let's bring in Hollywood Brown. Let's draft Worthy. Because, again, like I said, it takes 2 seconds for them to say, he's suspended for 6 games. So he's suspended for 8 games because they're taking their time. Because it's almost like the NFL is like, let's take care of the little stuff first because this is a big one.
I mean, I get
but
it.
neither
Dylan
guy's been
Hawkins.
suspended yet, right? Neither
Neither
guy.
guy-
Hey, we got out of it. Yankees win. Yeah.
Yankees. Win. But no, neither guy's been suspended, right? So,
Good times.
I mean, it's easy to say Rice because he's on Kansas City. You know, he ain't gonna get, but I'm sure they're gonna. They're not.
Like I
Gonna,
said,
They're not gonna
he's not going to go unscathed. Just because
they fumble a lot of balls sometimes. You know what I mean? They make a lot of missteps with, like, you know, suspension for DUI or suspension for substance abuse rather than a suspension for assault and battery on a female, whatever. You know, we could talk about that all day, but I feel like they're not going to fumble the ball in this one. I think both guys are going to get their just due punishment. And one's contrite, one's not. So what? I think they're both going to get suspended. And
it doesn't matter. I think
and that's the thing that I think is different. I don't think I personally, and this is gonna sound weird, you know, saying I don't think Rice gets anything until next year because they keep kicking the can down the track. They keep kicking it. And instead of manning up and owning the responsibility, like they mentioned some type of investigation need to be happening. What's really to investigate? We got you on tape going a bazillion miles an hour, and people's lives have been forever impacted. Like, if you're gonna come out and say that, you know, Rashee Rice broke the conduct policy, if you will, then why in the world are we not punishing him? Now, why are we kicking this can down the proverbial road? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not because he plays for the Chiefs, because it very well may be that, but you have to swerve all the way left on purpose for that logic to stick. I don't understand why the NFL is dragging their feet on the situation, and they were so damn quick with 99.9% of everything else.
I mean, don't you think that's a problem that they've been quick with all the others and before judgments were passed?
I got it, but like, here's the thing: like, what's his face got busted with an ounce of weed in his car, and he was suspended for 4 games. Le'Veon Bell. He got busted with weed, and there was no long and drawn out situation. The facts of the situation are right there in front of you.
Yeah, and but I think what's the point of him getting suspended if he probably might go to jail?
Dude, let me go even further. Let me go even further with y'all. Let me go even further. Right? So Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs, yeah.
On the commissioner's list. As soon as they're doing the investigation on the commissioner's list. Till we find out more facts.
Right.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson on the commissioner's list. We're doing an investigation. You're on the commissioner's list. Rashee Rice, you're not even on the commissioner's list.
He's at training camp right now, catching passes.
Training camp right now. Dude, that's a good point.
He's not even on the commissioner's list. Yeah. It, like I said, it stinks, bro. It stinks. It smells like something fishy is going on because he's not even on the commissioner's list. And that's Roger Goodell's MO. Hey, we doing an investigation. You're on the commissioner's list. He can't practice. He's out to be determined otherwise. And that's not even happening. Like I said, it's something. It really started picking up momentum when people was like, the reporters been asking the Chiefs about it, and they're like, "What do you mean? Like, you know, we don't speak those words around here." Like you said, Thanos in their office or something. Like we don't speak those words.
Yeah, this is getting kicked down. This is getting kicked down the road, and again, February, March, we may get a resolution to the situation. He may have to do some type of sensitive. I mean, whatever gets handed down. But I'll be shocked. I'm gonna keep it a being with you. We're sitting here on July 30th. I'll be shocked if he misses any time due to this infraction. Now, he could do some other stuff and get popped because that seems to be his MO right now. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna miss any time, which is a damn shame.
You got Jordan Addison, he's basically already said, I know my suspension is coming, and I'm just going to take it. Which is messed up on a multitude of levels. But like I said, it just, I don't know. Like I said, we know that the world ain't foul, but in the NFL, it's always been consistent. So why you're not being consistent with the consistency that you've been having?
Right.
Roger Goodell's always been doing that, especially when it's some high profile, like the dude. They got a video of you walking down the freeway, leaving and calling the Uber to come pick you up.
Again, it's all on video. So once again, I don't understand why they are talking like this is like some type of Sherlock Holmes type of nonsense. We have all of this on tape. And again, Larry, you hit the nail on the head. Like, this brother's not even on the commissioner's exemption list. He's in practice this afternoon, catching bombs from Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Make this make sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But again, we can sit on this for hours. I did want to move that way we can all, get out of here.
Yeah, bro. But I thought about it when we talked about it. Yeah,
good point. We mentioned the Olympics. The Olympics are here. Update on medal count right now. USA is leading the medal count. So shout out to Team USA for doing their thing. Gymnastics. Good God, Gabby. But I wanted to give y'all an opportunity to talk about what you've seen through the first couple days of the Olympics. Right now, the Olympics, U.S. has 26 medals. Next in line is France at 18, and then China is in third place right now with 14 medals to their name. Steve, I know you and I kind of get up at the butt crack of dawn to watch these games live and in person, man. Talk to me, my guy. What have you enjoyed watching as these games kind of unfold?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy just the sports that we don't see too often. I enjoy the surfing. I was like locked in on surfing like the other night. You know what I'm saying? Just like, just seeing these high level athletes that you don't normally see, like shooting. And I watch all the other stuff, but I mean, like, just like some highlights is like, look, I have been very critical of USA men's gymnastics over the last 16 years.
Yes, sir.
And deservedly so. They've deserved every bad thing I've said about them. So I'm going to say good things about them. Big ups, to the men's team, getting the bronze. My man who all he do is a pommel horse, sat around all day, and then he goes out there and killed it. He's like, yeah, this is why I'm here, guys. Yeah, this is why I'm here. Goes out there and just absolutely kills it. Love that. So I mean, look, and then you just love to see the momentum. U.S. men's gymnastics is in the best spot it's been in 20 years, and then the momentum going into L.A. You love to see that for them. USA women's rugby sevens. Winning it, walk-off bronze medal win.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That was insane. I was watching that and I was like, is she gonna do this? And I was like, walk-off, like, bronze medal. Again, a bronze medal that feels like a gold, because rugby, New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, like, these are the teams. So where it's like, and then you had a Canadian team that was in the gold medal game. Now, New Zealand kind of like put it on them toward the end or whatever like that, because I mean that's what they do. The Kiwis, right. Rugby's their thing. But North American rugby is here. I mean, of course, the swimming's been really good. Big up to Tori Husk. You know what I'm saying? 2 up, 2 down. You know what I'm saying? Representing VA, who went from, getting off the podium from a fingertip from missing the podium in Tokyo to winning the gold, this year. Like, so that got me a little emotional. I was like, man, that's just because she had to sit with that for 3 years. Like, I missed the podium by a fingernail, and then to come back and get the gold. So big ups to her for that. I mean, of course, I'm just, I got spoiled because it's like I had alerts on my phone for any potential trades the Astros might make. Anyway, so then I got I look down on my phone and I see, like U.S. women's gymnastics team wins team gold. I'm like, oh well, great. I still had it on here in the background watching it because it's just like, again, we all talk about it, like, to watch high level athletes do their thing, to watch Simone Biles and Suni Lee and Georgia, to watch these women do their thing is special. and just to see them do that and bring home another gold was fantastic. So I mean, like I said, I'm loving the Olympics so far. I'm loving, the unity. It seems like, again, it's like for the most part, I'm like very critical of our dear country, but for this 16 days, I am Captain Goddamn America.
Captain America.
So let's go USA. I'm excited. I love the Olympics. I've always have. So it's just, I'm excited. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, I keep it short and sweet. Obviously, the basketball is something that I'm locked in on, all the way around. But for me, outside of basketball, our soccer team played exceptionally well.
Yes, big
You know what I'm saying? So being, they won 3-0 versus their opponent. Here's the thing, like it's weird. Like I was watching this table tennis match between, I think it was China and
the doubles, right?
Yeah, the doubles joint.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, the way they spin that thing, and
I love watching table tennis, yo.
I was like, yo, I mean, I'm watching stuff. I'm watching water polo. Me and my son are sitting there watching water polo, and my son's like, Daddy, this is like soccer in the pool. I'm like, yes, this is soccer in the pool. He goes, I want to play that. I was like, we have to know how to swim first. But I was like, but just no. I mean, the thing I like about the Olympics, outside of the country and the allure of hopefully USA, doing well, is the fact that I could sit there with my kids and expose them to something other than basketball, football, baseball. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and run. I'm really looking forward to next week when the track and field stuff start. My son's gonna be locked in with me, man. I mean, he's gonna be locked in because he wants to run. He wants to run, and I'm like, hey, bro, you can run. We can do this. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, he's 4. It'll be a long time before he's able to go to Olympics. But we got a 16-year-old over there right now living his American dream. So it's not that far off, man. Real quick on basketball, I'm keeping my feet planted. Watching Kevin Durant come back was literally a shot in the arm, so to speak. He's just so damn good. He's so good.
Easy money. Easy money.
You know what I'm saying? And watching how the team kind of played against Serbia, again, the only preseason tune-up game where they looked the part. They blew them out by 20 some odd in the preseason joint too. This women's team is nasty.
Yeah.
This women's team is just so, like, who do you stop? Asia Wilson is going for 30 some odd. Brittany Griner is blocking 19 shots, throwing them in the stand. So I loved watching our women's basketball team go. But what's going on with our 3v3 teams? Both of them got smacked in the head first time they went out. Villain, you and I were talking about it in a group thread with Jimmer Fredette and company. I would have loved to seen how that selection process, when we sat there and broke down the selection process for the basketball team, I'm not even sure how that got selected, because they ain't so on that men's 3v3 team that plays any defense. And like I'm seeing Serbian dudes literally put our men in posters. Like he came down, bang. I was like, what the?
You can't hide in 3-on-3. That's the thing. We all know that.
No, exactly.
3-on-3. You cannot. There's nowhere to hide when you
right.
Nowhere to hide. I'm glad that there's 3-on-3 in the Olympics. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But Jimmer Fredette is a liability, man, and especially the pace that they play. As soon as you score, they're running the ball back to the 3-point line and putting you right back on defense. So,
yeah.
Usually when we played back in the day, you scored, you took a little second, you got the ball, checked it up, brought it back in, right? But these dudes are running back, you know what I mean? So the pace is a lot faster, it's a lot more frantic. And Jimmer Fredette, I put it in the message. I was like, this is why he could never be an NBA player, because he was a defensive liability. He could not play defense. It was 5-on-4 every time.
Yeah, Jason Tatum not doing nothing. Maybe he can join the.
He can platform.
He ain't doing nothing. So maybe Tatum can go over.
Him and Tyrese Halliburton can platform.
Yeah, Steve Kerr's excuse for I'm ashamed of myself or whatever. Come on, man. How you not know Jason Tatum?
I feel so bad. It's like, all right, Steve.
you not know?
You looked at that man several times and was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, like rolled his eyes, like
that bothered me about that whole thing. Like, you go get Derek White. Derek White played 15 and some change.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, again, no disrespect to Derek White, but he ain't no Jason Tatum, dog. Like, let's keep it a whole bean.
No.
Come on, man. And don't tell me because Serbia's got size with Jokic, man. That doesn't wash.
Again, so Jason Tatum is taller than him.
Forward. Let's not put in the 6'8".
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It was garbage. And like, Joker proved why he is the best center in the league. He abused Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid was the only minus player on the court for the USA team.
I'm gonna keep saying this. Why is he on the damn roster?
Yeah, I mean,
it was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable watching him trying to guard Jokic. It was like
Jokic was abusing him.
Yeah.
Because because we talked about it, Steve. I don't know if it's facts or not, but Joker, every time Denver played the Sixers, Joel Embiid for some reason was hurt.
He was hurt.
Always hurt. And it's like it got to the point where you thought he was ducking him. And now you see him in the Olympics abuse that man. It's like, he don't want no parts of me.
Wait till you see what Wemby does to that boy in this FIFA joint when we see.
Did you see that 4-point play?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That's if France make it, man. I'm like, them boys better get their mind right.
Yeah,
it's like they needed that to beat Japan.
You know, playing with their food a little bit.
Yeah,
but I mean, they were down by 4 with seconds to go, and if that dude didn't hit that 4-point play, it was a wrap. So I was watching. Yeah,
like he didn't go all Larry Johnson, they would have lost that.
Yeah,
Bears getting shots blocked at the rim, and France.
Rudy Gobert you saw the block, right, Larry? Did you see the block? Like, I'm like, dude, you're the softest big man I've ever seen in my life. But I mean, I can't. Soft and marshmallow, man. Like, honestly,
he's soft. He's so soft. He's so soft.
He's so sincere.
I guess he's soft like a baguette. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had me one of them. I had me some baguettes, man. Some croissants, chocolate croissant, slamming, dog. Yeah, shout out to Montreal, Canada. It was a fun trip. But like, seriously, I'm watching handball right now. I love watching handball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love watching handball. They'd be like flying in there. You know what I mean? So I love the Olympics. I do. I love the Olympics. Beach volleyball is a national treasure. Simone Biles, national treasure. I love watching her. They just won the team gold. Yeah. So hopefully more to come with them. The swimming, I'm like you, Coach. I was like trying not to get emotional watching Hutch get that gold by a fingertip, and like just no. But it wasn't that she won. It was the elation of her, the one that she beat that was next to her when she was hugging her, like. That she was happy for her. Just like that got me in the feels when I was watching that live. I was like, damn, that's why I love the Olympics. You know what I mean? Like that's why.
Like moment, that is why you love the Olympics, because it's just like that was the Olympic feeling, the Olympic spirit in that moment.
Exactly. That's that spirit of the Olympics. So I love that. That was so dope to watch. The table tennis always gets me. I love watching table tennis. They'd be like, because I like playing table tennis, but they'd be like, with it. So that was fun. Water polo. I like watching water polo. My daughter wants to watch gymnastics so bad.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I hate is that they're in France, so like it's during the day and I'm working and I can't watch it. So, but you got the recaps on now, and I have I'm not trying to promote them, but I have YouTube TV, but they have like the quad box that you can watch all four at one time. So that's pretty dope.
Yeah, I got it too. That's what I'm on.
Yeah, so I love this time of year. 3 weeks of pure elation. I can't wait for the track and field. I was watching a little bit of the boxing, a little bit of the judo. It's just fun, like you said, Coach. It's just fun to watch these sports that you don't really normally watch all the time. Yeah. And like you said, serious, like sports you don't watch all the time, and you can just kind of flip to it, and it's just there. It's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yes. Before we get out of here, man, Larry, I didn't know if you had the opportunity to talk about it. Where'd your head at, man? These Olympics.
I want to talk a little Olympics, man. Hey,
he just want to talk beach volleyball. Go ahead.
Look, hey,
Brazil beach volleyball.
Yes.
Hey, what?
I need dual citizenship over here, man. Look, I need dual citizenship because I'm trying to all things Brazil. Hey,
my man,
you gonna get me in trouble.
Brazil volleyball.
My man's online trying to learn Portuguese as we speak.
Hell yeah.
Cooper say, "Wow, something." Look, hey, I'm trying to watch. Hey, look. Hey, I'm waiting. Hey, you talking about track and field? I can't see who from Brazil is running on track and field. Anything women's Brazil, I'm watching it from now on, man. Look,
you gonna get him a Brazilian soccer jersey. I'm setting
the reminder, man. I'm watching it all. But you know what? In all seriousness, like real talk, man. The thing I like about the Olympics, like y'all say, we start watching stuff that we don't normally watch. I log in early in the morning in the Olympics because they 12 hours ahead or something like that.
Yeah,
they 5 hours ahead.
Five hours. Okay, yeah. So they about
is like 5 hours ahead of Eastern time.
No, yeah.
So they must be like 12 hours ahead of you.
Right.
No, man. It's black here and it's broad daylight there. I'm like, maybe they wait. I know one thing. I'm up at like,
how do they work? Like,
hey, look.
No, when do they ever work?
They're zombies.
I'm up at 5:30 in the morning. I'm watching trap shooting. I mean, hey, look, that's what the Olympics do to you. You're like, you know what? Normally I would like have some music playing or something, but the Olympics is on and it's trap shooting. And I'm like, yes, he's 1 point down from the goal from Spain to win it. Yes. Get the 1 point. Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. You know, that's the thing that I like about the Olympics. USA men, they actually won today. That was a pretty good game. Yeah. I like the fact that you know, the men's team, I'm gonna just put it like this, man. I think that they're gonna win gold again. I just hate all the politics with the men's team. The men's basketball team, I'm starting to not like all of the who was left off the team, who's not on the team, who's not playing,
who's still talking about not being on the team.
You know, not even just that. I mean, you know, in all fairness, you know, I get it. He probably wanted to add that to his collection now that he got a, you know, championship. You know, he might want it to hang around, you know, his MVP trophy or something. But, you know, it's like one of those things where you know it's politics going into it because Durant comes back from an injury. And Durant was amazing, but you couldn't have cut some of his minutes to at least get Tatum some garbage time or something. You know, you couldn't have, you know, said, hey, you know what, Derek, you play 10 minutes and we'll give Tatum 5 minutes. You know, we all know there's a coach out there monitoring minutes because I'm quite sure these teams are like, hey, aside from LeBron, because LeBron makes LeBron decisions, everybody else don't be playing my player more than, you know, 26 minutes because October will be quick. You know, hey, look, you know, we all know how that Olympic hangover is. But you know, like I said, you know, the French game was good today. That game was good, and Japan played they hard out, bro. I mean, if it wasn't for that 4-point play, they would have won that game. In French, like I say, they better get it together. Like I say, I was up early this morning. Even Canada was playing with their food this morning.
Yeah, they were. They almost lost to Australia.
While people was playing, Giddey was giving.
Now, let's not just the Aussies got a squad. So
Giddey got players.
But remember we was talking about the trade, and he got traded from OKC. But Giddey was giving them some work today. He almost had a triple double.
Australia got ballers, man. They got Gabe, Addy. They got players.
Yeah, like they was and we all thinking it's gonna be a Canada versus, you know, USA, maybe Serbia, maybe, you know, somewhere up in the
no.
You know,
we gotta worry about the French. We gotta worry about France, man. We gotta worry about France.
Well, I'm gonna put it like this: France, if they play more, because they got away from playing more that Wembley and Gobert lineup, Embiid better quit playing around because he's gonna have some problems.
I don't think Embiid plays much because I think that, I mean, again, this is looking ahead. I think that AD and Bam, first and foremost, let's keep it a whole bean. Rudy Gobert is a tall beanpole, but he is soft as baby boo. You know I'm saying so. All you gotta do is lean on him. All you gotta do is lean on him. Now,
Wemby,
or bring him out and bring him out to the 3-point line.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I will say this, man. Hey, look, they was beating them Japan shots up like cake batter. Man, look, hey, them boys had a block party, and
no doubt.
Yeah, hey, you might be able to do some. Yeah, you might be able to do some stuff to you, but they gonna block some shots and they gonna get some rebounds. I'm talking about if that ball don't go immediately in the hole. Oh, they was grabbing them right off the rim. Wembley, if it ain't in that spear, he like give here. It doesn't matter to me. I got it, but like I said, the Batum he played a little weird today for me. I don't know why.
He plays a little weird all the time.
Yeah,
that's Batum now.
It's weird because it's like you don't think he's really doing nothing in the game, and it's like Batum had 12 points and 5 rebounds and 6 assists, and you're like, what?
He always goes off in the Olympics, though. LG, he always goes off in the Olympics. Come back to the NBA, don't do damn thing.
When we had that conversation in the chat, though, man, Patty Mills is a damn near all-star. He goated in the Olympics.
Oh yeah,
like you know what I'm saying. We just talked about Josh Giddey. Like Josh Giddey is putting in work when that Aussie shirt's on.
I mean, but real talk, if you watch those OKC games, man, Giddey was actually putting in work before them,
allegations
popping up. Yeah, Giddey last season, Giddey's been on my fantasy team a lot because Giddey's a walking triple double in the league. So I'm not gonna say it's just a fluke that he looks like that in the Olympics.
It's not like the kid doesn't have talent. I mean, I think we all know like the kid is talented, but we're talking about a guy like Patty Mills, who like is Patty Mills, but then when he puts on that yellow and green. He becomes like some sort of like
right, he go to work.
But I wish the NBA would actually run a couple of test games and play by these FIBA rules. I like the defense.
Yeah, there is actually defense.
Yeah, you can get physical with guys. Like I like that. But
the thing is, like you can camp inside the lane and you don't have 3 seconds, so you got big, tall,
and it's a bigger lane too.
Lane.
Yeah, you could get there. That little 5-foot guy from Japan, he was getting in the lane. He
was getting his shot thrown back into it.
Getting thrown back, but you could get in the lane. I would want to see what the NBA would look like. We're letting these guys really, play. But I'll see. But my last take on the Olympics was the coolest thing. Y'all know I'm a shoe guy, man. The coolest thing was Rasaya Leah. That's how you say her name, man. She won bronze in her own shoes.
In her own shoes.
Then what's the guy? How do you say his name? Hagarmi, or whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
He actually won gold in his own SB dunks. Like. How do you I'm gonna go in and skateboard and I'm gonna win in my own SB dunks, man. Like the resale on them probably didn't just went quadruple and Leo, her shoes, they sold out immediately. But how cool is that to be you know what? I won my gold medal, but I also did it in my own dunks. Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get out of here, man. It's been a crazy show, man. Again, we could sit here and do this for another 2-3 hours if our women folk will let us, man. Larry, Larry, you know what to do, man. Give us, Steve, forget it. Steve always leaves that seat off here, man. Steve, you know what to do, man. Give me a plug and close up and shut it down, my guy.
All right, man. Another successful boardroom meeting. Again, if you're listening to this right now, share this with somebody else. However you may be sharing, if you're listening on Spotify, put the link up, YouTube, whatever like that. However you're accessing this show, do your boys a favor, share it. Share this goodness with everybody. Don't be selfish with it. Give the gift of the executive view to your friends and loved ones. That being said, you already know how I do it. God is good.
All the time.
Water is life. Make sure you staying hydrated, everybody. And of course, Wu-Tang is for the children. See y'all next week.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you so much, Coach, for coming by, kicking with us, man. Larry, you know what to do, my guy. Give us a plug and a close out and shut it down, homie.
Oh, man, I'm going to just say, man, hopefully we get Unk back in the building, man. Hopefully we get Mike in the building. And you know, I'm gonna just keep it real simple. I'm gonna be like, you know, let's keep this momentum going, fellas. I know we starting to have some momentum, some really good camaraderie going on over here, man. So let's just keep it going. You know, I'm gonna close it up like that, and I'm gonna just say, man, rest up.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you so much, Larry, man. Pleasure sharing the space with you as always. Villain, another one in the books, my guy, man. Give us a plug in the close as we shut it down, homie.
Shout out to the homie Chandler. Shout out to Mike. Shout out LG, his coach. I know taking the time out of his busy schedule to come, you know, do a show with us. It's a full-time job being a coach, so I understand it very much. But you know, thanks for everybody for rocking with us. We're doing our thing here, talking in this boardroom. We got more things cooking. Like I said, I got some Eagles fan that want that Giant smoke, so we coming for you. We got you. You know, we got big things popping. So, you know, stay tuned with us. Share it with your friends. Let everybody know. People asking, so let them know. Let them know. We here.
We're here. Thank you so much, Villain, man. It's a pleasure sharing the space with you, man. As always, man. It's your boy Sirius repping that 412 and the 703, man. It's such a privilege and a pleasure to be able to do this with you guys every week, man. Before we get out of here, man, I always like to leave you guys with something. And right now, I'm in a really good mood, man. You know, God is good. He's blessed us with an opportunity to do this. Shout out to my friends at the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts podcast. I'm actually going to jump on a wrestling show with them probably in the next couple of weeks, man. They found out I was a wrestling fan, so we're going to partner up with them. I may tag Villain to come on with me, and I need to hit his inbox and find out about his availability, man. We're going to go in there and talk wrestling with those guys, man. It's all fun, man. So with that being said, God bless. Catch you guys on the next one.